Right, you're talking over Val and Evelyn instead of into a mic. This was perfect. You were right there for this table. Then you go here for this table and that's your mic. Okay. If you came here, it's to the audience, which would be all right, but also go back to Paul and...
Okay.
Because the stairs.
So this is where everybody's going to stand, right?
Right.
Because we need to move.
All right.
I kind of believe it.
Yeah, at this moment, I was going to ask you about it. We're just talking about her parade. She got it in France.
Oh my God, that's great. That is great. Okay.
Super thing is furthest down that way.
Where you got a hand? No, I thought celebration would start after a minute or two. Yeah, no, I wanted to push him one way or another. I wanted to push him out there.
Here's Evelyn.
Okay.
Taking your picture quick. Here. Quick question. Yes.
I didn't get any sleep last night. I slept for like 3 hours. I couldn't sleep. I was up and down and up.
I love Adam. He's the best.
Yay! Here, you gotta look at the camera. Yay!
So you're up here.
Oh. Okay. I'm up here.
Yeah, actually, right, you see that, right?
Oh, okay. And on stage.
We have number
4. I got new batteries. I'm going to put them in tomorrow.
Is that 4?
But she's going to stand back almost well with her back, which is a good, it's sort of like the
So I
handoff.
could kind of look at you and you could,
Okay, so let's try it.
I believe rum, because I only have tequila and vodka. And some Coke.
So I never knew that it was like an orphan.
Here you go, dude. Enjoy.
I guess it's been so long since I had to get dressed up. I mean, usually I'm just on the beach, right? So.
Hi, Lee.
Bye.
What is this man doing?
I have to have a special security clearance to read the newsletter. Only he and Al have it.
Believe me, they
Now,
do
when
that
we're finished,
for the
though,
this,
and
they do
we're
that for the
mingling
orchestra,
and wine,
they do that.
I'll get her.
I'll get y'all.
My dad would have loved chocolate.
I just need an amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
On with the show.
Hi, Lisa. Hey, Georgette. I got your piano all set up. I'll be right over with your water.
Great, thanks. You know I'm just a teetotaler, but I like to come listen to all the great stories and plunk on the piano.
I hear ya. Hi, everybody. I'm Lisa, your bartender. Welcome to the Tavern at Oceana, where everybody knows your name. And if we don't, we'll ask. But we do forget, so we may ask again and again. Or we'll just make it up. I gotta tell you though, Oceana is a really cool place to live. You have to be 55 or over to live here. So in our age group, we know a lot about life. We tell it like it is. We have no filters. Hey! Hey, Ev!
The freeway took me 90 minutes coming back from Linda's therapy appointment in Solana Beach. I felt like I was driving backwards.
Well, you can relax now. Here, what can I get for you?
Bud, please.
You got it.
Oh, traffic. I was stuck in the merge.
Merge is enough to drive you to drink. Chardonnay?
Lisa, do you know how to make an apple spritz?
I learned to love it when I was in Italy.
I do, I just don't know how to say it.
Aperol.
Yeah, that, Prosecco, seltzer, and an orange slice.
Grazie. It's great to be home.
Yeah, people love it here in Oceana.
Yeah, except for the people I can do without.
Just remember, everybody can't be as cool as you, Virginia. You got high standards. You want some gum?
No, grazie. I'll stick with the Aperol. And what's with the gum, Lisa?
Oh, I quit smoking. I can't concentrate. I'm all over the place. The gum helps keep me focused.
You see, Evelyn, even Lisa has problems.
Are you kidding? Everybody's got them. Whoa, Chrissy, what are you doing?
Oh my God, she's got a gun. Disclaimer, the following scene does not promote any animal cruelty. Unfreeze. Girl, what is that?
Sorry, I scared you guys. It's just a water gun. Shoots 30 feet. I couldn't resist showing you.
What's it for?
Doves. They're cooing and nesting in my patio. And it's always mating season. Christ! There's trees everywhere. Why me? Dirty birds!
You scared us, Chrissy. What are you drinking?
Chardonnay?
Why don't you call maintenance?
I did. They put me on the list. So I took matters into my own hands.
Give me the gun.
Aw. Thanks.
You gotta be careful of hurting them.
Don't worry. Just evicting them, making them an offer they can't refuse.
Yeah, you're on the board now. You gonna turn Chrissy in?
Well, no, there aren't any rules about water guns and doves yet, but they're God's creatures just like us.
All creatures great and small.
It's a moral issue.
Maybe not the biggest issue around here.
Oh, don't be such scaredy cats. I'll just send them over to your patio.
Hey, take my advice. Pick your battles.
Look, I have to climb the ladder and clean it up. It's just a water gun. Rachel!
And here come our lovebirds, Tony and Debbie.
You make me feel so young. You make me feel like spring has sprung. And every time I see you grin, I'm such a happy individual. The moment that you speak,
I wanna go play hide and seek.
I wanna go and bounce the moon just like a toy balloon. You and I, we're just like a couple of tots running across the meadow, picking up lots of forget-me-nots. Yeah! Lisa, margarita, please. 2 cherries, if you don't mind.
Vodka tonic.
You got it.
Thank you.
They try to tell us we're too old to really fall in love. You guys speak my language. Love.
Hey, Carrie, want to try a new drink? I call it the Oceana.
Sure.
By the way, everybody's talking about you and Jack.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Jack is wonderful. A little older maybe, but we're in love.
Jack. Never ready for the Jack.
Wait a minute, Gail. We all know about your fantasies about Michael Douglas. You remember she's walking up
All
7th
right, okay, I got it. That's enough.
Listen.
I just stopped by to see what was going on. Clearly nothing's doing.
Oh!
I have an architectural site visit, and I cannot wait to see what this homeowner has done.
Wait, what's for dinner? Really?
You would think, after 20 years of being together, you would stop asking me that question.
Lisa, it's okay. I'm fixing Big Porvion for dinner.
Nice.
Okay, no, I don't like that, but that's okay. No, I'm kidding.
We can go to her house.
Hey, you leaving already?
Yeah, I gotta go, Jeff. Hey, fellas. How are you? Woo.
She lost her glasses. I can't find them. Can you help?
Oh, did anybody see my glasses?
No,
They're all over
I can tell you
the
haven't.
parking lot. Do you have them lost and found?
She tried to get in this morning with her fob. She nearly turned off the fire alarm.
Hey, I was here last night. Maybe, do you think, maybe? Oh, yeah.
These are very strong and very important. Put a string on them, Phyllis. There you go.
Oh, thank you, Barbie. I called Deborah Barbie because of her hair. Do you remember Barbie?
Yeah.
Sure.
Did you see the movie?
I did.
Debbie reminds me of Barbie. I think she was pretty. Anyway,
What are you guys drinking?
oh, the usual, thank you.
You got it, Jeff.
Maybe juice straight.
Sure.
But one thing you don't know is that when Barbie came out, I was too old to play with dolls. We had Jenny doll. Does anybody remember Jenny?
I don't know, Jenny.
Well, if you had one today, I looked it up. She's worth $2,400. I should have kept mine.
Yeah, whatever floats your boat. I need gum.
Hey!
I met Valerie in the parking lot, and I said to her, "Hey, Val, let's go join those weirdos in the bar." Here we are. You know, the longer I live here, the more it seems like we all just fell out of the sky. For some reason, we all like each other. I don't know why. But it's great. A pint of Guinness, please, Lisa.
You got it. Val, what can I get for you?
I'll have a Heineken, please.
You got it.
Maybe we are all weird.
Maybe.
My big news today is I got Firefox on my computer. Chrome was driving me crazy. With all the new technology out there in the world today, that's my big problem. Always updating, new apps to install, and more passwords I can't remember. I just can't keep up. So I decided I won't. I just refuse. If that's what makes me weird, so be it. I'm retired now. I'm not doing it anymore. That's it.
I'll agree to that.
Weird ought to be in the Oceana Constitution.
Is there one?
No, but there ought to be.
All right, Article 1. Everyone has the right to be weird. In the story.
Thank you.
Too weird.
So, who's weird? Is it us or is it them? My brother-in-law called me the other day, and let me tell you, I have to preface this by saying he loves his daughter a lot. But he starts talking. He starts talking about his garage and the vacation he just got back to and all the repairs that he's going to do. And then after 20 minutes, he tells me, my niece, his daughter, is pregnant. Like it's an afterthought.
That's weird.
It's very weird.
I know what you mean, but you gotta understand each person. He may see life differently than you. When it comes to other people, you gotta think about what you don't see and what you don't know. If Alan was here, he would tell us. He's our philosopher.
Yeah, where is Alan?
Here it is.
Ellen,
Hi, folks. Hi, Denise.
Hey, Ellen.
I have a double lemonade on the pebbles, please.
You got it.
We have questions.
Oh,
What makes the people of Oceana all come together? Are we all weird?
weird. You know, I think you're confusing me with my cousin Albert. He's a philosopher. I'm only a noodle salesman. And because I have such a high experience when I eat spaghetti, I've used my noodle and started a new religion. Pastafarianism. And as Pastafarian, when we pray to show our dedication, we wear a colander on our head. Now, a lot of people think that's weird, but if you ever see somebody in the parking lot or somewhere with a clothespin on their nose, that's a breatharian, and they're on a fast. Now, I think that's really weird.
Yeah.
Our motto is we nurture the body and the soul. Now, a number of people come to our meetings just for the food, and that's okay, but we call them impastafarians. Anyway, the other day we were boycotted by some antipastos. Anyway, you know, Albert tells me once that, you know, we are all weird. It's built into our DNA, and that's to keep us from taking ourselves too seriously. Oh, you got my
I want your
lemonade.
lemonade, Ellen.
Well, thank you, Val. You know, I need all the aid I can get. And speaking of Oceana, you know, Val, you know we have the best yearly weather in the whole country.
We sure do, Ellen. Especially this last summer, when the rest of the country was experiencing temperatures of 110 degrees and higher, as well as the floods and the fires everywhere. And what about all the Oceana activities out there going on all day, every day, and everyone volunteers?
Oh, you're not kidding. We've got so many, I can't mention them all, but just a handful. We got a wood shop, we got pottery making, we got jewelry making, we got painting, arts and crafts. We got so many. Oh, we got indoor pickleball and outdoor pickleball. I sure hope those people don't get too pickled. Anyway, we have a heated pool and a cool pool and a hot tub. And we have a new drama group that's putting on a fantastic original play. Wow! Yes. And my favorite is Debbie's dance and movement thing, where even with my limited mobility, I can just sit in a chair and shake my booty. It's so much fun. Actually, that's all I have to say right now. If any questions, I'll forward them to Albert. He knows everything.
Thank you, Alan. I think I've got it.
Bye.
She's got it.
You know, my house is falling apart. I've got a hole in the roof, and I've got plumbing problems.
They'll eventually fix it if you're lucky.
It's been 6 weeks.
Hey, repairs are a bummer. Let's pivot.
Yeah, around here, repairs are a fact of life.
You know the deal. In Oceana, there's a plumber on every corner.
Hi,
Hello.
Guess what? Homeowner did what he wanted. Guess who's getting the letter? Can we change perspective for a moment? Lisa, we're here, over my rainbow. Where's my Pinot?
You tell me what's for dinner and I'll get you your Pinot.
Virginia, can you please pass me my Pinot? Oui, ma chérie. Oh, I love when she speaks French to me. only one I would let do that.
Here's to hope. Hoping I find out what's for dinner before dinner.
Ravioli Parmesan.
Yes!
Ladies and gentlemen, this is my Over the Rainbow. A toast to the tavern.
To the tavern.
Once upon a time there was a tavern where we used to raise a glass or two. Remember how we'd laugh away the hours, think of all the great things we would do. I was born in the bottom of the Depression. It was a really hard time, and many Americans struggled just to keep from starving. But in some ways it was a time I'd like to go back to, because families worked hard to support each other and divorce was almost unheard of. Our family had a little garden and raised rabbits for food. We dug clams and caught fish. We cooked our food and heated our house with wood, which was free. We helped our neighbors, and our neighbors were always there for us. My father bought dynamite at the hardware store and used it to dig a well in the sandstone behind our house for water. No permits were required. I always felt a great deal of support and love, and I'll never forget the warmth of the cook stove in the kitchen or the heat of the fireplace always burning in the living room. Those were the days, my friend, we thought they'd never end. We'd sing and dance forever and a day. We'd live the life we'd choose, we'd fight and never lose, for we were young and sure to have our way.
For we were young and sure to have our way. You know, my family is complicated. Growing up in Brooklyn in the 50s, when the flu came around, my mother would call Dr. Gitlin, and he would come over in his little black bag, and he would line up all 5 of us children, ask us a couple of questions, check our throats, and then give us our shot. My father, he worked 2 jobs, so my mother was in charge most of the time. So she would bark out orders, and we'd go to the grocery store and do errands with her, and she always had food on the table. But my mother would always go to the beauty parlor. Now that apple doesn't fall far from the tree. You know, when my parents got old, I was the one who took care of them. But I don't think my mother loved me. And to tell you the truth, I think I felt the same way. There just wasn't enough time. But that cycle's been broken with my own children. And if you see me around the pool with my grandbabies, you know that cycle's been broken.
I also grew up in Brooklyn. I was born in Poland, immigrated to the States when I was 3 with my mom and dad. My parents went through the Holocaust. That led to my difficulty with trust. Got that from my dad. My mom, somehow she found joy after that awful time. And she always wanted me to feel that. And I have. My father, he was a whole different story. He distrusted everyone, always felt like his favorite things would be taken from him. And when he needed them, they wouldn't be there. I lived with that mentality until adulthood. And then came to the realization one day, you know what? Life is just too darn short. In full retirement, I heard California calling my name. Oceana, here I
am. Growing up in New York was tough. My father left when I was 3 and my brother was 8. My mother raised 2 kids on her own. She was a saint, my mom. May she rest in peace. So my retirement plan was to move to Puerto Rico. Gail wanted to move to San Diego. Clearly you could see who won. It was meant to be though, because we found a beautiful home right here in Oceana. Everything does happen for a reason.
In 1944, I was 10 years old. I was living in the Bronx, New York City, and I had a very severe case of asthma. And one day my mother read an article in the paper about a group home in Denver, Colorado for asthmatic children. And we followed up on it, and within 30 days I was on my way by train to Denver with a few other children and a social worker. While waiting for our train in Grand Central Station, my mother gave me a box with my favorite huckleberry cheesecake. And it had a string around it, and I was supposed to share it with the other children. Now, for some reason, I don't know to this day, I didn't share it. And 2 days later, when I arrived at the home and we're meeting the staff, for the first time I felt the pain of separation. And I was frightened and scared and nervous. And I had my suitcase in one hand and this box of cheesecake in the other. And I put my suitcase down, and out of nervousness, I start twisting the box of the cheesecake faster and faster. And somehow the side of the box split open, and the cheesecake got launched and landed flat, upside down on the pavement, colored in purple. And here I am holding an empty box, and my urge to cry. Memories of 79 years ago, and I still feel the embarrassment and the pain and the shame of that dramatic entrance. If only there was some way to have a do-over. But wait, I did learn a great lesson. That was 79 years ago, and I did forgive myself for being selfish. So now I realize after 79 years, I can have all the cheesecake I want with no strings attached. I am free. No, I have no strings that bind me. I am free.
You know, I'm a California girl. I grew up in that great city of Los Angeles. Don't look at me that way. It was a great city when I grew up. You could go anywhere. You could walk, or get on a bus, or get on the rattly streetcar, and go all over the city, and not feel afraid. I can remember Saturday morning, getting up, packing up my violin, and getting on a bus and going to the Philharmonic Auditorium. And I could get up on that stage and play with that amazing orchestra. Yeah, I love music. I could even go to the opera season at the Shrine Auditorium and walk home if I needed to. Or I could walk to the museums or go to something at the Coliseum and still walk home. And then there was that beautiful theater at the Biltmore Hotel. Oh, not that glitzy almost that's there now. Beautiful old-fashioned theater. And
And the plays would come from New York with New York cast. And let me tell you, I got there whenever I could. I especially remember the Fantastics for some reason. The favorite song seems to fit here. I remember.
That sounds like my favorite song. Can I sing it with you?
Sure.
Try to remember the kind of September when you were young and oh so mellow. Try to remember the kind of September when no one wept except the willow. Try to remember the kind of September when love was an ember about to billow. Try to remember, and if you remember, then follow. Follow, 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 follow.
Excuse me, Carol. I have my own version of that. I just can't remember just who you are or how I knew you. I try to remember, but all I remember is maybe I don't, but I sure do try hard. I try to remember so much, to remember like what to do next and why to do it. Where are my keys now, my cocoa and my glasses? I like to think, wow, that all this passes. I'll try to remember, and when I remember, I'll follow, 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 follow. When I first came to Oceana, the whole country, the whole world shut down for the pandemic. The same week, the clubhouse, all the activities, even the library, even a golf course for a little while. Things were going on, I found out later, all over the place, but we had no idea. No welcome wagon here. I think people in stressful times particularly are afraid of strangers. And that stranger was, well, me. It didn't help at all that I hadn't been vaccinated because my doctor told me not to be, because of health reasons. Wow. Talk about a schism in the country and right here between us and them. I was banned from several activities here. I was shamed out of one group I thought was going to be a new bunch of friends. So many stereotypes were attributed to me that had nothing to do with me. I was just trying to stay healthy, just like everybody else. I felt close to despair. And then they were going to have an open board meeting. I was kind of excited to see what it was like when people got here together, what it was like. And it looked like it was going to be a really good turnout. But then people were shouting at each other and waving signs, threatening to sue us all. My God, what kind of a place have I moved into? Why not just listen to each other and come to a win-win rather than create a divide and conquer situation? But things continued to open up around here, and I found out I had a bunch of really cool neighbors all around me. There's hope here. I think when you get older, you worry about being alone and isolated, particularly if you don't have family. And Oceana really has the potential to pull people together. It creates kind of a family itself, complete with family feuds like about this friggin' land lease. But there's parties and celebrations all within walking distance. Who has time to worry?
When the moon is in the 7th house and Jupiter aligns with Mars, then peace will guide the planets and love will steer the stars. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. Age of Aquarius. We were all born at the dawn of the age of Aquarius, and we're still living in it. You know, when a realtor wanted to show us homes in Oceana, we hesitated. Over 55? Hey, we're only in our 70s. We're not ready for that yet. But real estate being what it is, we looked. We loved the mid-century vibe. Bid the day we saw it 2 years ago. Oceana is the best deal for the money in San Diego County. Spacious, single-story homes, high up, breezy, with views. After decades living in apartments in big cities, where we rarely knew our neighbors, this is a revelation. You know, I'm a white Protestant Midwesterner. I never had a tribe. No religious, racial, or ethnic group I could ever identify with. But here, whether you love Bernie or Trump, whether you're religious or not, whether you drink wine or smoke pot, we still have a common experience that unites us all. The decades we've lived through, the music, the events, the memories, we connect. It's beautiful. Woo!
You know, being quite a bit older than me, my parents moved to Oceana. We missed each other right away. You see, they were orphans, and I was adopted as an infant. Visits were too brief. So after time passed, one day, lock, stock, barrel, 2 cats, and several of my favorite things, I drove a 25-foot truck out to California. Surprise! Oh, and then I realized I left my home, my photography business, my closest friends, to be near my parents again. What a surprise! Well, eventually, I did move into Oceana to take care of them. And we loved everyone. All were welcome in our home, just like family. And thanks to my neighbors and friends in Oceana, I never left. And after they passed, I realized I never knew what it was like to be an orphan.
I was actually here before, when I was 19. I was a young woman Marine stationed on Camp Pendleton, and on a day off, going back to base, I got on a Rome bus, and I ended up at Oceana. I looked around, and I said, ooh, old people.
But then years later, I was older. And due to unfortunate circumstances, my wife Linda had 3 strokes and we needed a house. I had no clue on how to buy a house. I didn't know where to go. I didn't know what to do. I couldn't ask my family. I couldn't ask my friends. They didn't have any knowledge on how to buy a house. It was apartment living for us. I lost my sense of self. Then Linda's son said, he found 3 houses for us to look at that were for sale. I said, where? He said, Oceana. What? I don't have age in that place. But I think God told me to come back. But of course, when I got to Vista Campana, I couldn't find any of the houses. But that didn't matter. Something inside me said, there's something here for you. This is your home. This is your forever home. I can't explain it. I guess you can say Vista Campana is the circle of life. The place I ran away from became my home. Our home. Our haven.
Since the late 1970s, I spent 42 years selling real estate in San Diego County, as well as doing flippers on the side. But growing up in Oregon, I was the oldest of 6, and my parents were pretty strict. They ingrained work ethic into all of us at a very early age. But later on in life, this work ethic allowed me to follow my dreams and travel to many third world countries on missionary adventure trips where I could explore the jungles of South America, many ancient ruins, and learn from the indigenous people in the small villages along the Amazon. Then, a few years later, I returned from my second trip to Haiti, one of the poorest countries in the world. These people struggle daily for food, clean water, and most live on less than $2 a day. But yet they always have a big smile on their face, with so little means to exist. Well, every morning they would begin arriving in front of our makeshift hospital on the back of an old flatbed truck with their kids and their families, and they would wait for hours just to see the Haitian American doctor and his team of volunteers who come from the States every 3 months just to help his people in dire need of medical treatment. Well, as a group, we did our best to make a difference in their lives while we were there, as well as maybe score some brownie points for our next life. What I did learn on these travels is, it's always better to give than to receive, because when you share your knowledge, your time, and your wealth with people much less fortunate, it gives you unforgettable memories, as well as it always brings much joy and happiness to your soul. And remember, what goes around comes around. Karma is still real.
Here's a story about me when I was 13 years old in New York, Long Island. That's the time my epilepsy made itself known. This was when the seizures took command of me. I took a chance at one point, one day, and I asked a classmate of mine to the dance. I was 13, as I said. And she looks at me, all askance. I don't know what to do. But maybe she'll still say sure when I ask her. Because, after all, she noticed me. Then she went to see her friends, ask her friends about me. Her friends saw a potential for embarrassment, was what they see. A human being's made of more than air. With all that bulk, you're bound to see him there. But if that human being next to you is me, cellophane, Mr. Cellophane, should have been my name, Mr. Cellophane, 'cause you can see right through me, walk right by me, and never know I'm there. I tell you, Cellophane, Mr. Cellophane, should have been my name, Mr. Cellophane, 'cause you can see right through me, walk right by me, and never know my name, never even know my name. I hope I didn't take up too much of your time.
You know, Virginia, I can see so many parts of the Pacific from rooms in my home.
I can too.
Isn't that so cool?
Hi, I'm back.
Missy?
Hi, Chrissy. How's your dove life?
Oh, finally gone. Oh, yeah. Lisa, where's my water gun?
Yeah, I got it right here. Here you go.
Here you go, Ab, for the office. For all the complaining residents, you can just squirt them. What do you think? A little humor, right? Can't hurt.
Hey, Georgette, do you know Bye Bye Blackbird? Can you play it?
I sure do. I don't even need the music for that.
Hey, does anybody remember that garden party event under the stars? That was unbelievable.
Yeah, it was great. So many people came out to support the garden club.
Is anybody helping with the holiday decorations?
Yeah.
I can't believe the holidays are almost here.
I know.
Seriously, where does the time go?
Very funny. They think they're hysterical, don't they? I don't think so. Okay, listen. Wait till you hear this. I have such exciting news. Something happened here very recently that goes to the heart of what Oceana is all about. And we need to celebrate this in our very own tavern way. And that means everyone.
What do you mean, here, Gail? Let us in.
Did you happen to notice that someone is missing?
Oh my God!
You just wait and see.
We're gonna have a celebration.
Oh, Lord, here we go. Here we go. All right. Okay. You need to go.
Okay.
Go. Yeah, Deborah is right. We are. And we're going to bring the celebration right down there, where so much of Oceana takes place. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so, before we get started, I need a little bit of help.
Sure.
Lisa and Mark, I need you to bring that bar off stage, down to that corner. And Tony, if you can help them, that would be great.
Yes.
Chrissy, really important, we need a photographer. I need you to get your camera. And Phyllis, if you can get the tablecloths from the kitchen and line that table with the cloths. Evelyn, cheese and crackers are in the kitchen. Could you put those on the table as well? And Val, Virginia, see these beautiful bouquets? I would love you to line the whole stage with them. Georgette, I need music.
Music about what?
I only have one word. Love! Wait a minute, hold it. Before you get started, just take 1 minute, and I mean 1 minute, to change into your party attire. In September, Carol Finkus from our very own tavern and Jack Griffiths became united in a domestic partnership. You know, Carol tells me when you reach a certain age, this is the way to go. What they did was create a legal bond that honored the lives they lived before they met and the lives of their spouses. I'm going to go pick Carol and Jack up and bring them back here for the celebration. I'll be back soon.
Okay. We got our orders.
Oh my goodness! Look at this place! Wow! The flowers, the food, the bar. Look at the wine. Wow! Terrific, terrific. Okay, places everyone. It's time to make the magic. Welcome, everyone. We are gathered here in our tavern to honor Carol and Jack and their promise of love and commitment to one another. Folks, this is what Oceana is all about. Finding our rainbows. Let the celebration begin! Before you begin the celebration. Tony, can you come up here? I would like to take a minute, and yes, only a minute, to express our very deep gratitude to our brilliant director, Tony Schwab.
Yes.
vision steered this project from day one. He has provided this cast with encouragement and patience throughout the duration of this play. The valuable advice, incredible insight, and profound belief in our work truly strengthened each of us as individuals as well as actors. The completion of this play would not have been possible without his support and nurturing. A heartfelt thank you from the Tavern at Oceana.
Let the celebration begin. Hey guys, got the balloons.